Alright, it has once again been another hour or two, and I've gotten the fencing completed, and the dirt has all moved in, and as you can see, the grass has spread to almost all of it. So I would expect that if passive mob spawning is going to happen at all, it will now be able to. And now I'm going to head to the other end of this place after picking up some cobblestone, and we're going to get started on a hostile mob system. Bucket of water. Alright. And I'm going to do the same basic treatment over here. I'm going to make a path 2 blocks wide, and we'll make it 24 blocks long. And then we'll put borders on, put a little wall that says don't walk off the edge. And then we'll design a very simple, basic mob system. I'm going to go with a fall trap where they will just fall into it and die on impact. And I'll have it set up so that if they don't die on impact, I will be able to have access to finish them off myself. Oh, I don't appreciate all the lag when I'm out here hanging over nothing. Let's get a few torches out here. Don't want anything spawning just yet, and when I do want it to spawn, it's going to be a good 26 blocks up. Alright. Okay, now build a little platform to work on. This one doesn't have to be very big because the only part down here is going to be the killing chamber, and most of that action is going to be by fall damage. Overshot. Okay, fill this in. Alright, now let's grow this wall all the way back. Alright, now I can get off of that doggone shift key. Okay, now let's see. Killing platform is going to be elevated 1 block, because I want to have the ability to get in here and just hack away at their legs if they don't die from impact. And since I do not have glass, this tube will be made of cobblestone. And yes, that one is going to be the one that I'm leaving open for taking care of anybody that doesn't die from fall damage. Okay, I got 1, 2, let's see, I need to go up another 24 blocks from where I'm at. Let's see. I want to make sure. Oh, doggone it, not those. Alright, let's see. Okay, that's enough to do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 24 tall. So 32 here and 64 here, and there's enough to do the whole thing all the way up. And of course I'm going to end up cutting my way down. As a matter of fact, I'll be right back. I'm going to pick up another pick. Alright, I'm back. I've got a couple of new picks, and I also picked up some jack-o'-lanterns because it occurred to me that I want this area down here reasonably well lit. So we'll tend to that before it goes and gets dark on us. And that should prevent any unwanted hostiles from spawning down here. And now I'll go ahead and expand that because it occurred to me I'm going to need to be able to get around this thing a little bit, at least from one side. Oh boy. That was as close as I ever want to come to stepping off the edge. That darn near happened. I was within a half a block of the edge when I finally managed to stop this thing. And I'm not the one that decided to take off running like that. This thing took off all by itself. Alright. Okay. So 3 stacks of cobble will get me up there. And I'll use this for getting onto the thing. Okay. Now I'm going to build this sucker up all the way. Alright, I'm up here at the top. And once again, we're riding the shift key. Now that I've got the tube that is supposed to fall through, I need to figure out how to design the rest of it. And I think I'm just going to be kind of really basic here, since we don't really need for it to be pretty. I think what I'm going to just do here is build a room around this with some 4 spawning pads, some water currents running between them heading towards this, and I suppose put a roof on it, although I'm not sure that's necessary. And I didn't need this stuff. I needed the lower layer underneath of it. Well, no, the spawning pads need to be up. They don't need to be all super fancy. Have an 8-block long current of water going in each of 4 directions, from each direction to the center, and that will be enough. All things considered, it should easily be enough. I mean, this thing ought to outproduce a lot of traditional mob systems, just simply because of it's the only place in this entire world where they'll be able to spawn. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. One more for the wall. Alright. Okay. That wall here. Proceed around. In fact, let's drop a torch over here. Alright, let's do it again here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more for the wall. Alright. Okay, let's see. Now, spawning platforms 2 blocks up from the water flow. And frankly, there's nothing that says they have to be solid. And by that I mean the parts of it that face the water flow, like this, obviously have to be solid. The surface the mobs will spawn on obviously has to be solid. But the surface under that area does not have to be there at all. And what I mean is, that doesn't need to be there. Only that. So that will save on construction material. And this wall will go up a couple of blocks off of this to prevent our oh so wonderful guests from falling off into the void instead of falling off down there where they can do some good. In fact, let's do that, because it can also help me not fall off into the void. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and I'll catch up with you when I've got all 4 of these built. Alright, I've made a little bit of progress here, but there is one thing that I really didn't allow for, and that is the fact that I have to go back down, get more cobblestone, and come back up. So basically, I'm going to end up digging straight down to get back down, hoping that I can successfully stop before, that I actually do successfully stop before getting to the place where I'd cut through the bottom. Ugh. And I will be riding the shift key all the way down. I think I don't have a problem with knowing when I'm at the bottom. I'll see it coming. But we're doing pretty good here, and it occurred to me just now that before I started my way down, I should have built a temporary infinite spring so that I wouldn't have to make 11 trips with the water. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make some ladders to make up and down access a little easier. And actually, no, I'm not going to make the ladders. I'm just going to grab the cobblestone. I hope that's enough. You know, the fact that I'm not filling stuff in will help. Oh, it occurs to me, yeah. If the cobble isn't enough, I can always use snow blocks. That is a renewable resource that I can get more of. I will have to make one more run out here to get some water up there, but that's alright. Alright, let's get up there and set up that water situation. I think in here is a good place for that. Get some melon action going on here. Alright, now I need to run back down. And get another bucket of water, and I'll be right back. Alright. Oh, of course. It froze. Okay. Water. Torch. torch, and let's just go ahead and cover it too. I'll have to work out a better cover for a permanent situation, but that'll do for now. Alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and finish making 3 more of those pads, and I'll check in when I've got them done. Okay, I'm back, and I had to come back down to load up on some more torches, and it occurred to me that it might just make a whole lot more sense, rather than burning out a pick, getting up and down, working on that cobble, that I would just load up on some wooden planks, an axe, and do that. And besides which, the amount of cobblestone that I have available is, well, what you see is what I've got. And rather than end up taking a break to go mine out more at the cobble generator, I might very well end up finishing the roof in planks. Although the roof is about the last part of it I have to do, aside from placing water and removing torches. Alright. Now it's just a matter of finish this roof. I am going to place at least 4 jack-o'-lanterns on the roof itself, because I like the spawning to be limited to inside the structure. We don't need any wise asses showing up on the roof. Okay, I'll catch up with you when I got this roof finished. Alright, the rooftop is completed. This place is sealed up. Part of the roof is made from planks, but that really isn't going to affect its operation at all. Now, over here to the spring. Well, a minute. Now, I'm going to start the water streams going. Let's see. Start the farthest end first. One there. And another one on the other side of that same channel. Take these out. Alright. Okay, we get this going, and then the one across the way. And we'll just about be ready to turn these lights off and get out of here. Okay, that's good. Let's see, wait a minute. do need to fix this. Wait a minute, I have an axe in here. Why don't I use it? Alright. Okay. Let's go over here and start shutting lights off. We don't need that temporary cover anymore, or the lights that were under it. I want to keep a light at the corner of each platform, however, so that it doesn't go totally dark in here until I'm ready for it to. Simple enough idea. Dark room. 8x8 spawning pads. Mobs spawn. They do their mobbly thing and wander around. Fall into the water streams. Water streams carry them to the center, and then they fall to their doom. The only downside is that this thing is going to be operational while I'm busy cutting that pillar down so that I can get out of here. That wasn't such a great thought. In fact, before we go any further here, I'm going to arrange to go down that way. Oh, doggone it, there's going to be water flowing there. Well, I guess I'm going to have to take my chances and go down the middle. Alright. And while that's plugged, see to this last platform. Start getting the last of these lights turned off. This one. Break that one. Jump onto the center. And then figure which one of these is the one I need. Well, it wasn't that one. Or that one. It's the one I'm standing on. Oh, craparicious. Well, there's nothing for it. I've got to go back up there and turn those lights off. Now, how fast can I cut my way down in the absolute darkness, knowing what's going to be spawning up there? I'm almost there. There's my exit. There. This thing should now go operational. Yes, we have our first zombie. And zombie flesh. Oh, goody. Creeper. Let's see, we've got some string. I've been wanting that string. I can see I will have to visit the corners to ensure that I can get everything, but frankly, most of these guys are dying on impact. The only ones that aren't is an occasional spider. All right. Around this corner, I'll get more of it. Go around this corner, get the rest of it. And all right. This is good. Now I'm getting plenty of string. I got bone meal again. Excellent. That means I can use bone meal on crops. I can use the bone meal on the mushrooms. And the extra string means that not only can I go ahead and make the bed, which, yes, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. See, I was holding off on using the string until I had a source of wool or a source of more string. Now that I've got plenty of string, craft 3 wool and use that to craft a bed. Other thing I wanted that I needed string for was the fishing pole. It's going to come in handy. As far as the bed, I'm just going to put it right there for right now. Oh crap. Okay, yeah, I still have them. I'll probably just put another jack-o'-lantern over here. Okay, hostile mob system is working. Let's see whatever happened over here in the area that was set up for the passive mobs. And ladies and gentlemen, we have success. At the very least, we have 1 cow. And I am confident there will be more. So, that means there will be beef and leather, and there will be more wool because there will be sheep eventually. I'm going to have to build some kind of a barn or pen and herd that little sucker off into it, and so on. In the meantime, oh, let's see. Let's grab one of these mushrooms. And where? There needs to be enough room. Oh, that's right. It has to be on dirt, doesn't it? Okay, we'll cut down a tree. And the only difference is that this time we won't be replanting a tree. Okay. Pop the red mushroom right there. Get out some bone meal. Bingo! One giant red mushroom. Okay. I'm going to have to go over the checklist of things to accomplish. I think about the only thing that I haven't done yet is build a house and make a lake. Alright, I've had a chance to look over the challenge list, and it turns out that the only things I have not yet done is build a house, make a small lake, and make 10 mushroom stew. And so, towards making the mushroom stew, I'm going to chop down this red mushroom. Having made it, that I can tell there's no requirement to keep it. And it should yield quite a bit in the way of mushrooms. So far, I've gotten 2 out of it. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to just punch it down. We'll see. Alright, what's the total on the mushrooms here? I got 5 mushrooms out of it. Okay. I'll just bone meal another one up. Cut it down. And that ought to give me enough mushrooms of the red variety. And then I'll go in there and get one of those brown mushrooms and do the same thing with it until I have enough to make the 10 mushroom stew. Oh, this one's a tall one. Having a bunch of lag this morning. Okay, 15 red mushrooms. That will easily be enough. Go grab a brown one. And we will rinse and repeat with a brown one. One giant brown mushroom. Okay, Okay, I need to build this up a little bit. These brown ones are a little taller. I have a feeling we'll have enough brown mushrooms on the first go. Okay. Get all these together. Okay, 16 brown mushrooms. Okay, let's go make some stew. Okay. Our mushroom stew requirement is met. And I think I'm going to build a new chest. I'll just set it over here. Mushrooms, some bones, bone meal, and the stew. Alright, mushroom stew requirement met. Okay, I wanted to check in on the mob system because it's producing very nicely so far. As a matter of fact, look at all this crap. And let's have a look at F3. Yeah. I was looking at that last night, and that E number had gotten as high as 45. And I know you can't read it right now. But this thing is clearly outperforming every mob system I have ever had. I know that for certain. Maybe if I drop the render distance to tiny. No, that's not going to have any real effect. So I'll just turn that off, but it's doing quite well. Definitely doing quite well. It's the best performing mob system I've ever had, I'll tell you. Or that I've seen, to be perfectly honest. Okay, the next requirement is build a house and make a small lake. And for the build a house requirement, I'm going to need to take time and work the cobble generator for a while, maybe an hour or two, I don't know. We'll see. I'll check in with you after I've had a chance to generate enough cobble to build something. And I'm back. I've just gone through about 7 pickaxes in the cobblestone generator and come up with a fair amount of cobble. And now I'm ready to see about building a house. Let's see. I'm going to use the snow and some logs and some planks. And by the way, the passive mob system is doing much better now. In addition to the 1 cow, I now have a pig and 2 chickens. And I will be building a barn area off that way, I think, and I'll see about herding each type of animal into their own stall, and then I will proceed with breeding. But that's not for right now. Right now, I'm going to temporarily take down the cactus, and I'm going to put it back up in front of my finished house. And now, I'm going to cut the wall, and I'm going to expand out this way 26 blocks, and it will be a 3-block wide pathway when I'm done. And in this area I will build my house, and behind the house there will be a lake. It may not be a very big lake, but it will be a lake. That side and that side, and build this sucker all the way back. And I'll catch up with you when I'm done. Alright, I've got the bridge built, complete with a safety wall on either side, and now what I'm going for is a platform. I think what I'll do is extend this middle line out, and what I'll do is I'll make this thing 12 blocks either side of this line. No, actually, make it 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do the same thing on the other side. Alright. And now let's grow the safety wall. Controls are a little bit sketchy this morning. Good thing shift was holding. Okay. Now the platform and safety wall, let's see, I think I'm going to take that out. Start by going 10 blocks that way for the whole thing, and we'll see about from there. I may end up having to take another cobblestone generator break. We'll see. And I'm going to go ahead and get this in gear, and I'll catch up with you when I've got something done to work on. Alright, the platform is now completed, and the safety wall in place, along with a whole bunch of jack-o'-lanterns to keep things lit up. And as I was doing this, I was more and more aware of how little cobblestone I have left. And so I'm going to go ahead and build the house over here, and on that side will be the small lake. And let's see, I'm going to use snow blocks for the house construction, and it will be small but serviceable. I'm also going to use some logs, come to think of it. Let's see. And there. And back one more. There. Alright, now. Alright. House will have a cobblestone floor. The walls will be snow blocks with log trim on the corners. There, like that. Okay. Okay. That's pretty much the idea I'm going with here. Simple, serviceable. It would be nice to have windows, but I am unwilling to use my 3 blocks of sand to make glass. Eventually, I will have enough sand to use for glass, but not now. That's part of my long-term plan. Okay. Looks like I should have enough snow for this. Okay, now just fill in a flat roof don't need anything fancy. Not nearly as involved as the mansion, but on the other hand, it's a darn sight easier to build. Okay. Torches on either side of the door. Pick up the snow blocks, cut down the logs. And let's add a few more torches in here. That didn't come out even, but it'll work. Okay. Let's add a few home necessities. Yep, right there. Okay. Every home needs to have a workstation. Okay. Doors are traditional. Let's see. Go with a torch here, and yeah, snow block there and a snow block there to protect the torches. Okay, now we can go ahead and get the bed and move it into the house. Alright. It's a bit plain and it really does need windows, but it'll work. Okay. Place the bed, not the snowballs, the bed. Some torches to prevent unwanted monster wake-ups. And this place is super plain, but it's finished. I'll probably work on enhancing it and so on over time, but it's a decent start. Now, for the remaining 59 cobble, let's see. Take these guys down. And right across here, just gonna square that off like so, and I'm gonna drop a bucket of water right there and go get some more. if I do this right, I shouldn't need any more than just the 2 buckets. Hello! Nobody invited you. Get out. Okay. That problem will go away once the lake is filled in. I bet you he spawned over there, or on this border. Okay. Put another water here. Makes the corner infinite. There. I just jump in. And this thing will be filled out in no time. Okay, I can see where I'm going to have to put a covering over it, but technically it's a lake. It will freeze fairly often, but it's a lake. And let's see. I should have refilled my water bucket. I like to keep it full no matter whether I'm using it or not. Okay. Okay. Fishing, anyone? I will have to cover the lake to keep it from freezing, but even a frozen lake is a lake. And with this, I believe I have completed all 20 of the challenges for this map. And so I think what I'm going to do is kick back, do a little bit of fishing, see about expanding a few things here and there. I'm going to get the barn and the mob system, the passive mob arrangement taken care of, and start some animal breeding going on. But the challenge is done with, and so therefore is also this mini-series about the challenge. And what I'll end up doing is I will revisit this map occasionally and provide updates on what I'm doing with it. Because frankly, I'm not finished with this map by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to expand it downwards so that I can stand at y = 6 or 7. And then from there I will expand horizontally in one direction until I meet new generated territory, from which I will mine all sorts of material that I want to have on this island. And so that's it for the Skyblock 1.1 challenge map. And we'll catch you sometime in an update. Take it easy. I'm out of here. Hey, fish.